All right, let's look at how to solve this same set of three equations using an M file. This is a little less cumbersome because we can edit the M file carefully and we can save it for later. We don't have to keep doing everything in the command window and pulling up commands and things like that. So the first thing I need to do is to create an M file. How about if we call it NL3? I don't think that's a command in MATLAB. We can use that. All right, do we want to create it? Sure, let's create that. Okay. So I'll write the word function. Now, we not only need to pass data into this function, we need to get a result out. So I'm going to say f equals NL3 of x. Now what that says is that the variable f is going to be the output, get rid of that, and x is going to be the input. Now you can see it objecting right now. If we go over here, it's saying, well, there might be an error. Here's a warning. It said, well, you're not using these yet. Well, of course I'm not using this yet. I'm still typing. So I'm going to cheat here for a second. And I'm just going to paste in as a comment that anonymous function we used before. Not that. Go over here. I've highlighted it. So copy, go over here. And there it is. Now, I'm going to just use that so I can copy and paste here to make this a little quicker. So remember, we're looking at a list of functions or a vector of functions that in turn use a vector of variables, x1, x2, and x3. And those are defined here in that anonymous function. Well, let's just cut and paste. Let's say f of 1 equals that first function right there. And I'm going to go ahead and keep that semicolon because I'm going to need that. Okay, just hit Control V. There it is. Let's just keep doing this. Let's go ahead and grab the second function out of my list here. And the third one. Let's grab that. Now it doesn't have a semicolon at the end of it. I want one because I don't want this echoing to the screen every time I call the function NL3. So I've got that, and the last thing I need to do is just type in return to tell it that's the end of the anonymous function. So there we are. You can see it down here, saved in the current folder. Well, how do I call this from the command window? The syntax that MATLAB uses in all its help documentation is this. We're going to use a variable called fun for function. That at NL3. Hit a semicolon there because I don't want to see the echo. And there it is. It now exists. This anonymous function now exists in the workspace. And if I want to call it using the fsolve command, just type this, fun for function. And I need to give it the starting vector, as I always do. Let's just give it that and see what happens. Pull that aside, and there. So right there, the same variables we had, or same numbers we had before. Pretty cool, huh? All right, now you know how to call the fsolve function from the command window using anonymous functions, and also from an M file. I hope this helps, and we'll talk to you next time.